104, 7 seconds to play.
We're going to be talking basketball.
Dishes it to Barkley, who somehow finds daylight. Allen for the win! Yes!
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Sixers postgame show with Dennis and KJ McCoy, proudly powered by TickPick. Let's take it to the show.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Sixers postgame show, hosted by yours truly, Jesse Sharon. Sixers win this one, win it 2 in a row, beating the Pacers 135 to 114. And we got to start with this. We have to start with Joel Embiid. He's been out a couple of games. He's been missing some back-to-backs. But we got to talk about him still, because he is an absolute walking 30-piece. He hasn't played in 3 weeks. Rolls out his first game, and he drops 27, 6, and 5. It is ridiculous. Nobody does it better than him and more consistently. He battles injuries more than anybody in the entire league, and he just absolutely dominates when he's healthy. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Embiid tonight, he kept up pace with Maxey in the box score, 27. Maxey had himself, of course, an absolute stellar performance, almost a double-double with 32 points, 9 assists. And VJ, he had himself a very nice game as well, checking in with 23 points and 7 rebounds, right behind Maxey with 9. And then Quentin Grimes, we've been talking about this guy. He needs to be the guy, I feel like, that solidifies his Sixers bench. And he did so in just about 27 minutes with 15 and 2. The Sixers were all around perfect. They were dominant from the free throw line. Overall, they were 57% from the field. They hit 8 threes, 27% tonight from 3. Dominated from the free throw line. Jesus, late night, folks. They actually looked pretty good, I must say, in that third quarter. I know we talk about all the time the heart attack Sixers showing up in the third quarter and giving us all a stroke, but they looked really good tonight. And honestly, I hope they keep this up. Let's hope for, appreciate you, Dalt. Appreciate you for coming out. Thank you guys for letting me do this solo. I'm having a blast personally, and I hope KJ, he's having a good time down in Florida. He's seeing the boys down at spring training, seeing Schwarber launch Schwarber bombs, and we hope to have him and Dennis back both on the postgame show in the near future. But for now, I'm having a blast holding this one down for you guys as the Sixers win 2 in a row and beating the admittedly really bad Pacers. They're awful. They are 15 and 44 on the year. So it's not like we're beating some juggernaut right now. But it's a solid couple of games for the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, the question is, do they keep this up? I don't know. I don't know, especially when you have Joel not playing these back-to-back games. But at the same time, man, when he plays, he's seriously playing at the level that he did a few years ago when he won an MVP. That's a fact. That is a certifiable fact. And it's a shame that he hasn't played as many games as he probably could. But at the same time, I don't think anybody expected him to play this many games. I think people coming into this year, they expected Joel Embiid to be somewhat of a liability on the floor. And he's been anything but that. But the supporting cast with Tyrese, with VJ, with Quentin Grimes becoming who he's been, with Donald Barlow becoming who he is, it's just been a show. It's just been an absolute show. But nothing is better than a stress-free Sixers post-game show. But I think the only real chance for the Sixers in the playoffs is if Joel Embiid is healthy. If Joel Embiid is healthy and the Sixers team plays good defense like they did tonight for the most part, let me take that back. They played enough to win, as they came in with 9 blocks, and they won the turnover battle actually pretty handedly. That's going to get you far in the playoffs, and it's going to be a battle in the East for sure. They're still in the hunt for a top 5 spot at the moment. They still got to battle, the usual suspects, right? The Celtics, the Knicks, etc. Even the Cavaliers with James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, all these guys. But right now they're keeping pace. They're keeping pace in the East. They're 6th right now. They're 2 games under the Raptors for 5th place, and they're 11 back for 1st. So I don't think they're gonna get this first spot by any means. That would mean a hell of a run. But I still think that they can keep pace and come in the middle of the pack when it comes to, playoff seeding. I think you have a good chance of being placed above the Magic. I've told you all along that I am not a believer in the Orlando Magic. No matter what hype they got in the preseason, I'm just not there. Same with the Heat. I know that they've been actually doing pretty good as of late. They've won 2 straight against the Pelicans and the Heat on Friday, where they really dominated. Hero had 24 and 3 for Miami. So they still have some dominant players, but the Sixers, as long as they have their guys flowing, and as long as they have Joel Embiid coming in every once in a while and showing up and playing, because when he plays, he's healthy, and when he plays, he's dominant. I think you really can. I think there's a shot for this team to do some damage. Now, that does not excuse Daryl Morey from being a complete idiot and not adding at the deadline to help out Tyrese in case VJ ends up falling flat on his face at some point. But because, let's be honest, I know he's the generator. I know he's electric. I know he had 20 plus tonight, and he's been having a pretty good regular season in his first year so far. But he's still a rookie, man. He's still a rookie. And I don't know if I want to put my full trust in him to go on this dominant playoff run if it comes to that yet. I think you gotta, at the very least, build around him. You have to get stars, and not even stars. I honestly, I feel like a couple of role players could have helped this team, and the fact that they didn't even do anything in the buyout market when the deadline ended, I don't understand any of that because there were some pretty good options in terms of buyout market. But I don't know. It seems like Maury is feeling a little bit complete, a little bit. Maury is. It seems like Maury is feeling content. I hate to use that word because that is exactly the word that Dave Dombrowski used, or yeah, that is the word that he used in his press conference many weeks ago. But it feels like Daryl Morey and Josh Harris feel content with this team. I don't agree with that at all, personally. I feel like, especially with the way the rest of the East went, I feel like you definitely had the opportunity to make some moves, especially with the picks that you got back from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma gave you, I believe, a first and a couple of seconds, something around there, and I feel like you maybe could have used that to get somebody, but it just wasn't meant to be. Maybe, I don't know if that's Josh Harris just electing not to put all of his chips on the table, or Maury just getting outbid, outsmarted, reading the market wrong. I don't know, but I don't know. I think the Sixers definitely they're in a good spot right now, but I feel like they definitely could have done more. Because I don't want to. Again, this is another guy that I don't want to put all that pressure on, even though he's probably your MVP. No, he's definitely your MVP. What am I talking about? Tyrese Maxey. He's just been absolutely absurd these last couple of games, and really this season. Really, as a whole, he's averaging 29 points a night. It's just it is ridiculous. It really is. But I mean, I don't think that you should be having your MVP, your guy that has put up 25 plus for I'm just going back here all the way since the beginning of flipping February, against the trail. No, excuse me. Yeah. He's put up. Let me put it to you this way. He has put up 25 plus since the beginning of February, with 14 at the Warriors, right? And he's coming in with a couple of blocks a game, or a couple of blocks a game, a couple of steals a game. He is your MVP. He's your MVP by a long shot, and I feel like he needs some more, because when Joel Embiid does not play because of his knee rehab, load management, or whatever, I don't want to rely on a rookie. I don't want to rely on Barlow. I don't want to rely on Grimes if I were the Sixers. I feel like you need I'm not a veteran, because when I think veteran, I think James Harden, and you don't want to go down that road again. But somebody established, somebody that is going to give you a consistent point. Is going to give you consistent points every night. And I don't know. We're just not. We don't have that right now. I feel like Moore could have done a whole lot more. But overall, really good stuff from the Philadelphia 76ers tonight. Their next couple of games after this dominant 135-114 win at the Indiana Pacers. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting because you are going up against the Heat that are 2 spots behind you in the East, and then you're going on the road to Boston, to the Garden on Sunday, the 1st of March. Celtics, I mean, what can you say? They are just having an absolutely dominant season, even with Jason Tatum not playing for the majority of the year, right? But they've looked really good. They've looked really good over these last couple of days. They've won coming into that tonight. They've won 3 straight. They are in the midst of a West Coast trip right now, but they've been successful there. They've beaten the Warriors. They've beaten LeBron. They are currently winning against the Suns out west in Phoenix, right? So that's going to be a really tough test. And the Celtics, they usually play these guys hard. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how the next game goes against Miami. And yeah, that's going to wrap things up for me tonight. It's just myself, little bit of a quick one. But regardless, the Sixers win 2 straight, 135-114 your final, and an offensive showdown from the Philadelphia 76ers. Maxey with 30, and Embiid coming off an injury in his first game back, 27 points for the big fella. Absolutely dominant from the Sixers, but can they keep this up? I don't know. Nobody knows, but we'll have to see, and you'll have to find out on the Sixers postgame show on the next Sixers postgame show in the near future. I just want to shout out our sponsors real quick: El Diablo's, Nick's Pizza, TickPick. Those are the big 3. I'm sure that I'm missing a ton. It's a little late, but yeah, I am really excited for the rest of the year. But stay tuned. Tomorrow, me and Adam are hosting Philly Sports Pulse at around 7:30, I want to say, and we may or may or not. Sorry, nope. Stay tuned on Thursday for me and Adam Den. We'll be live around 7:30 or so. But stay tuned tomorrow night for the main show live here on 302 Birds. That's going to wrap it up here on the Sixers postgame show live on 302 Birds. God bless. Go Sixers.
104, 7 seconds to play.
We're going to be talking basketball.
Dishes at the park. Somehow finds daylight.